So as you can see, tempers flying high. There are points of technicality inside the upper house where Ghulam Nabi Azad trying to raise the issue of these raids, against the Delhi Chief Minister's principal secretary, while Arun Jaitley, of course, objecting to it, saying that it's a federal structure where you cannot be raising points related to the state assemblies inside of Parliament. Now, let me get in a word from our colleagues who are now joining us. Outside the Chief Minister's Secretariat is Anusha, who also follows, who tracks all the legal developments. And I will also be cutting across live to Shakur Basti, where, remember, there's another, in fact, political storm that has been brewing over the demolition issue. Jugal Purohit joins us from there. But Anusha, to you first, give us an update on the ground. Are those raids still on? Is the Chief Minister, the other, in fact, officers still sort of barred from entering the Secretariat?
Well, as you can see right behind me, the gate, this is the gate from where the Delhi Chief Minister always enters. The gate has been sealed so far. What we are hearing from our sources is the fact that the CBI teams are still at the residence of Rajendra Kumar, where they are interrogating him. There were unconfirmed reports trickling in about that, whether the fact that he can be arrested or he has not been arrested. However, there is no confirmed news yet on that front. However, AAP leader Ashutosh, he recently came out and he spoke to the press and he leveled the same allegations that Arvind Kejriwal had lashed out earlier, saying that this is a political vendetta and it is the office of the Chief Minister which has been targeted. That's the key argument, and that's what the situation
Anusha,
is on the ground. The Delhi Chief Minister,
very quickly tell me, was Rajendra Kumar in office when these raids started?
What we are hearing is that he was at his residence when these raids started. He was not at his office. It was in the early wee hours of the morning, around, about an hour ago from earlier when this entire process started. And that was the time he had not yet reached his office. He was at his residence. Even right now, the CBI teams are present there.
Jugal, what are you picking up? The Aam Aadmi Party, ever since they've come to power in Delhi, it's become this continuous rambling between the state and the centre, be it over earlier appointments, to, of course, who has more powers, more force over the Delhi police, to that demolition issue. What are you picking up as to how is the AAP now strategizing on this latest issue?
Well, you see, Smita, I'm at Shakur Basti, which was the battlefield of yesterday. Looks much paler in comparison to what the parliament and what the streets of the national capital are likely to witness today in terms of this Mahabharat, which has begun with the Delhi Chief Minister calling the Prime Minister a coward and a psychopath. So out here at Shakur Basti, as you can see, things are much more calmer. There is rebuilding, reorganization which is taking place. The people have been promised no more demolition. That's what's happening on the ground. In terms of the ground support, it seems that the Aam Aadmi Party has done a fairly good job with its presence and the proactive steps that the Chief Minister was seen as taking. And as I said, what we saw yesterday at Shakur Basti will pale in comparison to the kind of decibel level which will be witnessed today on account of what has happened, where Anusha is at the Delhi Secretariat. Out here, at least today, there is no minister, there is no MLA, there is nobody from the political side of the Aam Aadmi Party present here. Who is present, who are present are NGO workers, Delhi government administrators, as well as the Shelter for Improvement Board, trying to, in a sense, provide succor to these people. Back to you.
Okay, so the limelight has shifted now from Shakur Basti, of course, to the Chief Minister's Secretariat. This is a speedy turn of events as far as the national capital goes within those last 24 hours itself. But Anusha, at the Secretariat, also give us a sense, if your sources have suggested, if they have seized anything so far, what is it that they're looking for? And when Arvind Kejriwal says that it's not just his principal secretary, he too was targeted, is there some sort of an evidence or a CCTV footage that he thinks he can come up with? Okay, I'll come to you, Anusha, but Prakash Javadekar, another minister, seems to be speaking on this issue. Let's listen into him first.
He is accusing Prime Minister. This is worst kind of politics. Arvind Kejriwal's party came into existence on the plank of anti-corruption movement, but now he is supporting corruption. This is the worst scenario Delhi has ever seen, and this is the hypocrisy of politics, where when he should act against corruption, when CBI is acting against corruption, he is accusing Prime Minister of politics. This is absolutely unacceptable. He is exposed thoroughly, and Arvind Kejriwal is protecting corruption. This is the fact of today's CBI raid. CBI was raiding for on complaint of corruption, and instead of supporting CBI, he is protecting the corrupt.
प्रकाश जी जो प्रधानमंत्री के बारे में कहा है
Okay, so Prakash Javadekar there, of course, putting Arvind Kejriwal in the dock. Remember, Arvind Kejriwal has posted some very sharp tweets criticizing the Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. Let me also get in a word from Rahul Kavala, managing editor, who now joins us from the newsroom. Rahul, if you could, take us through what are you learning from the CBI sources? Really, is it about just targeting Rajendra Kumar, going through his files, or is there some substance to the allegations being levelled by Arvind Kejriwal as well?
Smita, we want to inform our viewers that the CBI raid this morning was carried out on the basis of a complaint filed by a gentleman by the name of Ashish Joshi. Now, Ashish Joshi has been in the news on several occasions, sometimes as a spokesperson of the old students of St. Stephen's College, sometimes as a former member of the Delhi Dialogue Commission. He had a bitter falling out with Ashish Khaitan, the current member of the Delhi Dialogue Commission, and he has been on Rajendra Kumar's case for a very long time now. In fact, Ashish Joshi first complained to the Anti-Corruption Bureau, which reports to the Delhi government, where these charges were meant to be investigated. The same complaint he forwarded to the CBI, which then started probing the charges. And India Today has now been able to access the complaint that Ashish Joshi sent to the CBI, which was the basis for the raid that has been carried out. And I quickly want to take our viewers through some of what Ashish Joshi accuses Rajendra Kumar of. And remember, we spoke to top CBI sources this morning, and they said that they, prima facie, in the initial investigation that they did, found that these charges have merit, which is why his office and his residence was raided this morning. I'll take you through his first complaint. His first complaint is that when Rajendra Kumar was posted as Director Education between 2002 and 2005, he created two companies, Caltoon, CALTOONZ, and EduDel MIS, registered in Timarpur. He then goes on to say that Rajendra Kumar formed a company called Endeavour System, and that in his post, because later he became secretary in the IT department, he managed to get his company impaneled with the PSU, Intelligent Communication Systems, so that it could be awarded work without tenders. Now, Rajendra Kumar's complaint is that work up to 50 crores was done through this company. The other charge is that Rajendra Kumar, when he was IT secretary and CMD Transco, he gave work to these companies to which he was associated. That's what CBI sources are telling us is the basis for the complaint, and they're saying that this has nothing to do with BJP sources. There's nothing to do with people in the government. This is a decision that's been sanctioned by the CBI director himself. Yes,
Rahul, because these allegations, if you see, they range from an entire period starting from 2002. It seems. Over the last few years, has at any point any action been initiated by the CBI, or is this really the first time that based on a complaint the CBI is now acting against Rajendra Kumar?
Now, there are two ways of looking at this. First and foremost, that this complaint was sent to the ACB, which reports to the Delhi government, and people are saying, people connected to the BJP are saying that Kejriwal himself should have investigated these charges instead of waiting for the CBI to come in and investigate. You're right also that this goes back to 2002. Remember, Ashish Joshi, while he was member of the Delhi Dialogue Commission, didn't bother to file before that. When he was in different posts, he didn't take any action. It's only later that he filed this complaint. Those are both fair points. Clearly, there is a bit of politics in this. This is not a case divorced from politics. As far as political timing itself is concerned, coming at it as it does just after the big face-off between Arvind Kejriwal and the BJP government over the slum demolitions in Shakur Basti, this is a politically loaded case. The CBI, though, this morning is at pains to say it's a decision we took on the basis of a preliminary investigation, and it has absolutely nothing to do with any political vendetta against the Kejriwal government.
Okay, well, of course, the timing of these raids also will be questioned, as most things been questioned over the last few months, ever since the Aam Aadmi Party government come to power, and they have constantly been alleging that it's the government at the centre that has been trying to create all these obstacles and hurdles for them to be allowed to function smoothly and really focus on administration. This is not the end of the story here, really. We are going to take a short break at this point, but when we come back, Jugal Purohit continues to be with us from Shakur Basti. Anusha will also get us all the latest from the Chief Minister's Secretariat, and Rahul Kaval, of course, is getting us those exclusive details as far as the backstory is concerned as to what is the complaint that really led to these CBI raids this morning at the CM Secretariat.
All right, that's all the time we have in this edition of First Up 9 AM Live. But before we go, we leave you with images of today's Google Doodle. It pays tribute to Belur.